Hello, my name is Lynn Bob. It rhymes with Saab cars. Lots of people have trouble with how to pronounce it. But I'm a teacher, a writer, a speaker, a preacher, a Presbyterian minister. I've done a lot of different things over my lifespan. Mostly right now I'm writing. So our fourth lesson in this spiritual discipline series relates to the spiritual practice of simplicity, uncomplicating our lives so that we can focus on what really matters. Simplicity is not Marie Kondoizing your house so that you can impress your friends. Now, Marie Kondo's book on uncluttering might be helpful. I mean, as you think about the spiritual practice of simplicity, but this practice dates way, way back. This dates back, I'm sure, to the Old Testament, but at least to the New Testament, where John the Baptist is wearing really simple robes and eating really simple food. And this practice comes to us up through the monastic movement, where people went away from their rich households and lived a very simple life. And again, the purpose of simplicity is to focus on what matters. And when the clutter of our life is so overwhelming, when the clutter of our life dominates and makes what we see too messy, it's hard to focus on what matters. I just heard the most amusing simplicity story, which was a woman who said, I got so sick of dishes piling up in our household that I have 2 kids and a husband. There's 4 of us. I decided I would only have 4 plates and 4 cups and 4 bowls and 4 forks and 4 knives and 4 spoons. And we eat a meal, and when it's over, all there is this small amount to wash, and I wash it and use it for the next meal. I'm not dealing with bazillion sets of dishes and bazillion sets of things. I just think it's a very interesting illustration of what simplicity looks like for one person is really different than for another person. I love dishes. I have a couple of sets of dishes. To me, to get rid of those dishes would take away the pleasure in my life. Or a pleasure in my life, certainly not all pleasure, but a pleasure. But for me, simplicity has to do with all sorts of ways of not shopping. I do not need one more kitchen utensil. And the way for me not to buy that additional kitchen utensil is not to go shopping, whether that's online shopping or in-person shopping. So I have made choices to concentrate on what matters to me by not shopping. But I'll tell you, I'm not going to go down to just 4 dishes. One of the huge challenges with the practice of simplicity is that it's so easy to judge others. It's really hard to not be judgmental when you have experienced freedom through untangling and getting rid of stuff. The key quotation for simplicity comes from Matthew 6, where Jesus says, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust corrupt and where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." And that's the discipline of simplicity. Why do I not go shopping for one more kitchen utensil? Well, because I want to be sure that I have money to give generously to places that touch my heart, where when my heart is touched by a need, I want to be able to give. I don't want to have so many things in my kitchen that keep me from being able to give. And by the same token, I don't have 10 sets of dishes, because I want my home to be a place that's hospitable, where I can invite people in, where I can host people. And I don't want to have so many dishes that I'm struggling to figure out which dish to use when people are coming. the discipline of simplicity is all about focusing on what matters, focusing on the values that we want to affirm. And so I encourage you for this lesson to be talking about what matters and what have you been able to simplify in order to focus on what matters. And when are you tempted to judge others, and what helps you not judge others? What helps you support others in their journey of faith without needing it to be just like your journey in this area? It's really funny. This area of simplicity is the one where people are really evangelistic. And I just want to encourage you to back off from judging others and think for yourself about what is really important and what do you want to do in response to what's really important to you.